spending a lot of days, in fact, every single day of 2026 under a winter storm warning, but there's only been 2, so we can get away with it. The amount of snow that we have seen, though, in upstate New York, it's nothing to ignore. Certainly isolated lake effect snow events, they always are, but the one band that we've been watching has been pretty significant for Oswego and Point South. Already seen additional snow to accumulate, but there's a pretty decent, very generous snow footprint that we have just for the past 72 hours. That significant Arctic front that we saw on New Year's Day that moved through, that also had some snow that was a bit more far-reaching. In fact, brought even some snow to the 95 corridor. But these totals, these are only for Western New York and upstate New York, where we have been measuring the snow in feet, a couple of feet or so. I was just looking at this camera, Michael, and it was working.
I know.
And it turned off. We got some perspective from Marissa Lautenbacher. The view was west, and there have been some clouds building in, so I was going to draw on it, but oh well.
Yeah.
We have another hour. In fact, we have all day.
Yeah, we sure do.
Yeah, so the snow, it's going to continue. We have a couple of opportunities, at least when you look at it from a perspective of, this is almost like your phone forecast. So you don't want to take this and say, all right, this is exactly what's going to happen. Yeah, but there are increased chances through about 3 p.m. that we could see some of the snow. And as we see it right now, what's happening is, well, it's snowing in Syracuse.
You know what's wild, too? So we were just showing Brandy Campbell's shot a moment ago where it was pretty much snow-free. Roads looked great.
Yeah.
You look directly below us. I believe this is toward the Sterling area. And, Stephen, I'm looking at it, and, I mean, the snow is on a radar in that just that specific little corridor just south of Oswego where Sterling is at. It's coming down pretty intensely.
It was. I saw the locator briefly when you were talking about it. It did say Hannibal.
Hannibal, there it is.
So perhaps that's where we have Corey Gherkin right now. But yeah, it's within that fetch, which as we've been showing, it's not a very significant. Well, from a distance perspective, 10, 11 miles. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because the width of that snow band is only 10 to 11 miles-ish or so, but the actual length of it, from what I was measuring, this is kind of a back-of-the-envelope calculation, was about 100 miles in terms of its length, from over Lake Ontario and then kind of moving inland there. And, where it persists is where you're going to pick up on those big snowfalls.
Fascinating to see once that snow comes within radar. The other spot, don't want to overlook it, but Interstate 90 in Western New York, we've continued to see some snow push in. There isn't one organized band, but we have been getting the development of that snow, which has been pushing downwind. So not quite making it to Livonia, but I think it was over in Livonia where we have seen also quite a bit of snow. That's well south, just east of Buffalo, New York. But there have been reports coming in out of Livonia where it's been several feet. So we continue with it. There has been an expansion, and maybe we should add them, just outside of Cleveland.
Yeah.
There's been an expansion to some
Lake
winter weather
Geauga and
advisories.
Ashtabula counties.
Yeah,
right there.
So I think that when you look at this, that's the other thing about maybe our Fox weather model or whichever model this one is. I don't think it's our Fox weather model, but having a tough time picking up on what's happening in Ohio. But it seems like there is some stuff happening.
Yeah, we call our primary and secondary low snow belts off of both Lake Erie and Ontario's. Watch out, it's going to be an active morning and into the afternoon, that is for sure.